I'm not saying everybody done just been through the absolute worst hardship in life, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to say a lot of us have had our own trials and tribulations. These things create narratives. They create a vibration, and I'm not trying to be all super spiritual or whatever or abstract. They literally create a certain energy. And what we try to do is, because the reason why is we're trying to make sense of why life is going like this for us. So as we get hurt, as we get betrayed, as we get crossed, as we get neglected, as we get blah, 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 our mind subconsciously is naturally trying to say, okay, I don't want to fight against this. I want to understand it and I want to know what to expect going forward. That's where the whole like familiarity thing, the comfort of familiarity comes in. But the comfort of familiarity actually is together by the narratives. This is how life goes for me. You go to somebody, woe is me, and they got the worst life story on earth, and they just can't get up. Like you talk to them long enough, and you'll hear justifications and expectations. So whenever you decide, I'm going to do better with my life, I want to get in the best shape of my life, I want to learn something new, I want to tap into this guy named Derek Jackson. I've seen he has some great content. I'm going to make an investment, and I'm going to expose myself to a different group, a different collection of resources. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. You ever been in a dark place in your life and you pulled yourself out? It took a lot of work. And kudos to any of y'all that ever did that. With that being said, it's universal. It's not just a relational upgrade that you can make. It's literally all around where you have to come out of the vibration that bad things happen to women like you, men, or no men in here besides me, but people like you. Bad things happen to people like you. Expect the worst. Don't let your central nervous system get shocked. Again, don't get blindsided. So go ahead and expect. So when we are breaking the chains to toxic relationships, we taking out these generational, we taking on a whole different vibration. We immerse in, this is what meditation does. It immerses you in a completely different energy. Even if it's made up in your mind, the medulla, the central nervous system does not know what's real and what's imagined. It don't know. So whatever you imprint, whatever you are choosing to see and visualize and focus on, that's what's real. What I mean is this. I think I used this analogy before, but if you out in the woods and you see a silhouette that looks like a bear and you're fully convinced it's a bear, guess what? You're going to shit yourself. Excuse my language. You're going to be scared. You're going to be scared. You're going to want to run. You're going to want to hide. You're going to want to find a tree, climb up. Good luck because they can climb too. Even though the reality may be it's just a man wearing a bear costume because him and his kids are out camping and they're having fun and playing the game, but he got lost. Like the reality is, it's not a threat at all, but your central nervous system is going to put you in fight or flight mode. You're going to experience a real thing. Your energy is going to really respond to what it is you perceive. It don't matter what's real. We're all in a subjective world. So when we meditate, we are creating by faith believed experiences. We're believing in something, we're visualizing it, therefore we're making that real to us so that our vibration, our expectation, our energy is spending more time there than it is in some of the negative things we might otherwise think about, we might otherwise ruminate on. And as we do that, as we meditate, and then we come out of meditation, and then you listen to podcasts, or you listen to me, or you read a book, and these things are talking about a certain vibration of expectation you can have, like remember who the F you are, and glow up, and you're thinking different, you're meditating on something different. Now you're attracting different. You're resonating with something different. All of that comes together. All of that comes together because it's universal. So it's not just your relationship. It's your finances, not just your finances. It's your mental capacities. It's the skills that you've learned. It's the languages that you choose to speak. It's the places you travel. It's the possibility you look for, the opportunity you recognize. Same thing goes physical. Now your vibration is different. Everything you look at as temporary. And it's only a temporary reflection of what has been, not a conclusion of what it could be. Now, when you look at even your physical, you say, okay, my hair it's okay. But it could be your whole vibration changes top to bottom. If you're going to make a serious change, that's where the whole, like y'all, I really put the difference in what we was going to talk about, but I wasn't planning on going here. This is why, and this is biblical, but this is just the truth. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things will be added to you. What that means is, in the kingdom, and then there's other Bible verses about the kingdom of God is within us. Seek ye first the highest version within you, and then everything else forms around that. You have to become first, and then you get. So when we talk about a universal change, we're really talking about an identity shift. We're talking about an identity switch. That's the universal change. The vibration, who you are, your identity, what you believe, what you focus on, what you talk about, what you listen to, that core change changes everything. Once you seek first the highest version within you, everything else gets added. Healthy relationship, financial increase, credit score increase, new job opportunities, good health, new network, people that can change your life. So it's really universal. Like, to talk healthy relationship is to talk getting at least progress in your finances. Okay, let's say $10,000 is scary to some people. You know, it's like your belief system ain't quite up to that just yet. I'm literally thinking 10,000 is on the low end of what you're capable of if you can even operate a motor vehicle. But let's say you're not there. Well, whatever progress is, maybe you're making $4,000 and $4,500, $5,000. Progress, though, if your vibration is progress, your vibration comes from you, identity, your belief system, everything you immerse yourself in has the same vibration of progress. Does this make sense to anybody? Meditation changed my life. I'm telling you, Gia, I'm the most balanced I've ever been. It is a game changer. The thing about meditation is that whether you try to or not, you meditate. That's the thing. When we talk meditation in the context, me, you, Gio, that we talk about it in, is really just you getting in the driver's seat of what you meditate on. Because we all meditate. You ever been in a relationship, toxic, ended? I can't stop thinking about it. Meditation. That's all it is. Something made you want to throw up. You saw on the news, meditation. The worst, horriblest, saddest news, meditation. If it just kept on playing in your mind, meditation. So whenever you meditate, what you're saying is, I'm going to stop just free falling through this thing. I'm going to stop just driving with my hands off the wheel and letting all my past experiences, my survival mode, my fears, and everything else grab my steering wheel. This really does come back to remember who the F you are. And it's like, I'm going to decide what vibration I'm going to have based on my identity, who I want to be. I'm going to take control of this steering wheel. I'm going to grab it now. When it's just doing whatever the hell it do, it's all over the place. It's anxiety, depression, all kind of stuff. High cortisol levels, stress levels. You can't keep no money in the bank account. You probably stress eating. You don't want to go to the gym. You can't think straight about going to no gym. You already depleted every day. How you going to find more energy to go and work out? You barely surviving. You get up already feeling like you done been to the gym. I know that life. You got to take control of that steering wheel. So meditation, in the context we speak of it in, is just saying, okay, I'm going to choose what things and to what amount and to what degree experiences are real to me. I'm going to choose to make positive, optimistic, abundant things, experiences real to me. In real life, up until this point, you may have gone through the worst things, the most tragic things. You may have tried and failed everything you put your hands on. I get it. But if you get to meditating on something different, your vibration will change. And it's crazy how it happens, I know. But things start falling in alignment with who you now have established as your identity, as you remembered who you are. And I say remember who you are, even if you've never achieved your full potential. There was a design. I believe, matter of fact, I love how Myron Golden puts it. Let me piggyback off my brother. He says, Get back to your identity, not your lie identity that the enemy gave you. What is the enemy? Okay, he's pastor slash businessman, but basically all of the hurtful experiences, people that took advantage of, people that hurt you, people that neglected you, your mother, your father that didn't raise you the best because they weren't their best selves at the time that they raised you. These are all lie identities. These are things that you kind of adopted about who you are that were all lies. That's the lie identity. So remembering who you are is like, what are you without the lies of the world and the experiences and the failure and the don't get hurt again and don't fail again and don't get humiliated again? Who are you without all of that? It's the highest version of yourself. So I feel we all have a purpose and a call. Yeah, absolutely. You have thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Yep. Yep. And you can use them to your advantage, and you should use them to your advantage. Y'all, I don't play by meditation, because if I didn't meditate, we could all justify the absolute worst life on earth. If you wanted to, you could. You ever talk to somebody that's old and they just watch the news all day? I'm talking about you can't have a conversation without them steering it right over to something negative. Negative. And it's not that they're saying something that's not true. But here's the thing. Just because it's a fact doesn't make it true. I know that's kind of weird. Just because it's something that objectively happened doesn't mean what you conclude from it is the truth. You can justify truth off of bad stuff the same way that you can good. What I'm saying is their vibration can be somewhat negative just because of what they meditate on. This is what I feel like racists do. I feel like all they do is meditate on the absolute worst of every group that's not like them, and therefore they expect the worst, and they have hostility and tension and fear. It's true. There's a worst of every group. Debbie Downers, yeah, and it sucks because it's more internal. It's they only hurting themselves. Instead of the ego driving your experience, when you heighten your vibe, you become the master of your reality. Your ego becomes your greatest tool. Absolutely. So now, again, we talking like remembering who you are. This kind of goes into selfish season. This goes into the glow up guide. Those y'all got a chance to watch that. But meditation, meditation is not just what you do that 20 minutes in the morning. It's really a thought pattern you come back to, and it requires a ton of faith in the beginning. But then what happens is really funny. Your faith starts getting confirmed. That's the thing. Your faith, it's just like your intuition. You know how you be like, you got an intuition, then something happens, you're like, I should have listened to it. My intuition never lies. And your faith in your intuition grows because you start seeing things get confirmed. As it gets confirmed, it gets stronger. You don't even question it at a certain point. Once you hit about 30, 35, maybe 40, you don't even question your intuition. It tell you something off. Nope, I already know how this goes. That's how your meditation and faith is. It's like it starts off, it's just like kind of like feels like a suspicion, a hunch. But then it gets confirmed. You gotta be intentional about this though. Then it gets confirmed. Then another good thing gets confirmed. And then at some point, all of the good things you've been meditating, you don't even question it no more. The worst things on earth could happen to you, and you can immediately switch to the positive that's going to come from this somehow, some way. And you'll actually believe it. Not in the beginning, because it got to build up, but you'll actually believe it. So Lisa, hold on, let me go back up.